fighting digital divide and understanding the complexity of it, taking a broad view to digital competence and exploiting opportunities in growing sectors, and finally, taking a holistic approach to individual needs to maximize employability. I thank you for your attention.
And this is, let's say, exploiting the potential that Telecenters have to activate networks and partnerships at local level with other kind of stakeholders and put all them together, let's say, working for common purpose. And this is something, indeed, we are thinking how this session can contribute to our reflection to that. So now I will give the floor to our first speaker and last speaker. Manus will provide a presentation about one of the initiatives that Clara mentioned. Manus has been working for 30 years in the ICT sector in Ireland and the US also. And he has also been running this initiative which has a social scope called Fast Track to Internet, which is established in Dublin, and it's a partnership between the industry and the government engaged in ICT training and subsequent job placement for disadvantaged people, including youth, of course. So please, Manus, you have the floor.
Very important points to you this afternoon. Before I start, I just want to compliment some of the speakers this morning on some of the most amazing, innovative ideas I've heard for a long time. And it should be, in the context of what we're here for, it should be this, that there's an awful lot of unemployment in the world, in particular with young people. In fact, the employment rate within young people is over twice as much as older people, if you like. There are some countries in Europe where the unemployment rate for youth is even double the average rate for youth unemployment. And that is very frightening. On top of all that, as somebody mentioned this morning, there's actually a shortage of ICT skills in Europe and certainly across the globe. And so one would immediately have to ask the question, why don't we just put the two problems together? One of them is we have a shortage of ICT skills, and the other one is we've got very high unemployment. Well, the good news for everybody is that that's exactly what FIT did. We did it 13 years ago, because 13 years ago we had a very, very similar problem in Ireland, on a smaller scale, mind you, but it was the same problem. We had very, very high levels of unemployment, particularly long-term unemployment, and we had a shortage of ICT skills. So we actually did something which at the time we didn't believe was really that original. It seemed like common sense. We got employers together with governments and some social entrepreneurs, and we said, let's just solve the problem. Let's see if we go and look in the disadvantaged communities and find people who have ICT skill aptitude, give them some training in ICT skills and help them secure jobs. And way back then this was a highly risky thing to do, and a lot of people thought it will never catch on, it will never succeed. But I have to tell you, 13 years later, this model has been incredibly successful. We have trained over 12,000 people who have graduated through our courses, and 75% of them progressed into ICT employment. A significant portion beyond that identified for themselves the importance of education and went from doing FIT courses into mainstream third-level education as a means to further educate themselves. The whole model is built on a simple partnership. Bring